everybody. So one of the questions I got via direct message was, what does it feel like to have a seizure? And in a word, it feels like death. I don't mean to over-dramatize it, but when I am having a severe episode, it feels like the Grim Reaper is reaching into my soul and trying to rip it out of my body. And so, technically speaking, how a non-epileptic seizure works, at least for me, or the functional neurological disorder that I have, that I've been diagnosed with, it virtually shuts down my parasympathetic nervous system, and it way ramps up my sympathetic nervous system. You guys will have to do some research on that to completely understand what it means. But basically, the parasympathetic nervous system is very vital. It's the natural evolutionary system that you have that brings you down from a very intense or traumatic event. Your sympathetic nervous system is the one that prepares you for fight or flight, and I don't have much of a flight instinct, so for me, it is more problematic, and I think that for a lot of veterans out there, it's also very problematic because we don't have this instinct to like run away from danger, run away from a difficult situation. We want to confront it and help or fight if necessary. And so when that balance goes completely out of sync with what normal people go through, it can be very hard to live with. I try to make sure people understand that when it comes to my right side and when I'm having a seizure, it affects everything. I feel very different, very bad, very not well on everything on my right side. And because of the muscular movements, I think it's like, it feels like a cramp or like my muscles get really tired, and they do. That is totally true. That, basically all my muscles are firing uncontrollably, but it's all those little muscles inside you, the ones that deep inside your body, your psoas, your even the big muscles like your glutes and your hamstrings and your quads. They're just it's like they are on fire, and then it starts feeling like someone has poured gasoline on you and just set you on fire, but only on your right side. So it's difficult. It's not easy. And it's always a little bit different. So from my hair to my toenails, that's the feeling I get. Every single thing. My eye, my ear, I can't stick my tongue out. Yeah, I can't. If I try to stick it out straight, it waggles to the left, and I can't even push it out to the right. Even in my most intense moments, I can't do it, which leads to I can't swallow, I can't breathe. It kind of paralyzes or overstimulates my diaphragm. So I have this very bizarre sensation that I can inhale, but I can't push it out. It's like reverse drowning. So sometimes people wonder why I hit myself, or I lean on stuff and they see me moving around, and some people say, hey, calm down, you need to just take it easy. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to basically move my guts around so that I'm essentially giving myself CPR. I'm just basically pushing air in and out of my lungs the best I can. I'm just trying to keep my heart beating, because like I said, it feels like death. It feels like death is coming for me, and every time a seizure gets a little bit more severe than the last one, I have no choice but to believe this is it. This is the one that's going to take me, and that is a very difficult place to live in. Over and over, and it never ends. And just when you think it's over, sometimes the seizures get worse, and then you're like, no, that was just phase one. Here's phase 2. And you have no choice but to fight, and sometimes fighting means losing that one battle, but you have to fight. Even though you know you're going to lose, you have to at least say, I'm still breathing, I'm still here, I'm still alive, I'm still able to have these thoughts, I'm still in the fight. And it's very difficult. It makes you want to just let go, to let it take whatever it wants to take. And I'm here to tell you that you can't do that. As hard, as easy as it might seem to just let go, you can't. You have to hold on, find something to hold on to. And I hold on to my kids more than anything in my life. I picture them basically standing right in front of me. And I can't let them down. They need their dad. They need to know that he's going to be okay. And that's what I hang on to. The other thing about the way this basically shuts down your parasympathetic nervous system, that also means that things like meditation and you can do some research on resetting your nervous system. And it says take deep breaths from your diaphragm. But when your diaphragm is paralyzed, or it's not working right, or it's basically firing on its own, and you're like, you just can't breathe. It's very hard to sit there and meditate, or to just relax, because physiologically, I cannot. I lose the ability. Your natural, evolutionary, biological, physiological thing that is in your body that helps you. Alright, calm down, it doesn't exist during that time when I'm having a flare-up, when I'm having an episode, when I'm having a seizure. So, you gotta hold on to what you can. You gotta focus on what you do have. You have to mentally take a knee and think about what you're grateful for. Think about who needs you. Somebody needs you. Trust me, somebody out there wants you in this world. You bring happiness and joy to somebody. Probably more than one person, but at least one. I know that for sure. There is always one person that cares about you more than you can possibly imagine. And you got to hang in there for them, whoever those people are. You can't let them down.